Not Tate Mayfair, Tate Mayfairs. It's the S that makes all the difference. This is Tate Mayfairs, the wrestler for Ignite, and he thinks a lot of himself. I mean, listen to that name, Tate Mayfairs. Hi, Tate Mayfairs here. And he's facing Tommy Kyle, who is the absolute maverick, apparently. Not just a maverick. No, not just a maverick. A bit of a maverick. No, not that. The absolute maverick. Yeah. If you've got a maverick, then he needs to go right to the edge to be an absolute maverick, and then he's in the same area as Tommy Kyle, who is the champion for champion. It's the Ignite Pro Wrestling men's belt, and Tate Mayfairs is the number one contender, and this is rather good. And the crowd add 40% to this, which is brilliant. So it makes it, no, it can't make it over 100% because anything else, you know, 1,000,000%, that's an awful lot of wasted percentage. Anyway, early on, Tate Mayfairs bails and teases a return, asks Kyle if you were, well, tells him if you were any kind of champion or great fighter, you'd come out here and fight me. As soon as Kyle gets out, he gets back in. Yep, and this happens a lot. In and out, celebrates, in and out, celebrates. Very nice. And then Kyle hits a standing moonsault for a 2 count. He's had enough and wants to get moving, and that's fair enough. T-bone suplex from Mayfairs, Tate Mayfairs. Then a kick to the back, but there is a Kyle drop kick. I've got some notes down here, you see. And Mayfairs is back, Tate Mayfairs, with a clothesline for a 2 count. He then really fish hooks him. That's so nasty. So nasty, really is. An elbow drop to the back of the head. That's nasty as well. Stamps on the hand. Hits a blue thunder bomb and gets a 2 count for that. But Kyle's back with a drop kick. Tornado DDT. Holds on for a victory roll and a springboard moonsault. Only gets a 2 count for that. They really are setting this up, which is good because there'll be some what could be overbooking if they hadn't really set this up so beautifully and wrangled it so beautifully. Another match that's really brought on really well. In the last few days, we've had so many of them. It's great to see. So, back to the match. Tate Mayfairs hits a high neck breaker after a big super kick. There's a superplex from Kyle. And then a big knee from Mayfairs. But Kyle's back with a huge ripcord clothesline. Mayfairs goes to the eyes. Of course he does. Gets a high knee. And Kyle kicks out at 1. He's got to be thinking, Mayfairs, what have I got to do to beat him? And then he gets a "you can't beat him" chant. And whether that will be the case or not, I'll tell you later on, Follocks. Anyway, back in this match, Kyle rolls through with a Chaos Theory suplex. Not seen that for ages. And a Tower of London. Not seen that for ages. Good old Nigel McGuinness stuff. The ref counts 3, but then we notice that, and the commentary team are telling us, commentator is telling us, there is a foot on the ropes from Tate. The Tate Mayfair's foot is on the ropes. So the referee goes over and raises Kyle's hand, then says, oh, actually, no, I was wrong. And he restarts the match. It could have been overbooking. Could have been overbooking if the actual match wasn't just great and you wanted to see a bit more. Yeah, so we've got a low blow from Mayfairs, wants to get this in early. Swinging neck breaker for a long 2 count. But that's right, Kyle gets an elbow for a 2.999 recurring. And then there's a response to a "you can't beat him" chant by Mayfairs as he stomps the ref and goes out for the belt. He doesn't get to hit him with the belt. Kyle hits the pile driver that he calls the Kyle driver. It's kind of a tombstone for the pin. And I am just delighted. And although Tate Mayfairs didn't win, that's a shame. Such a shame. That was great. Great fight. Both fantastic fighters. Really wrangled beautifully. They started about here and then brought it on slowly so that when we got to the booking, could be overbooking, you were there, but they managed to push it a bit further. Beautifully done. I have seldom wanted a match to restart in recent years. That was fabulous. Can I say any more how good it was? I don't think so. You'll have to watch it. It's on YouTube. I think it's Spinebuster who brought it to our attention. And this is how wrestling should be. Ta-ta.